Good evening. This is ex Sebastian Gamble, and I'm coming on tonight to talk to the prophets. Good evening, prophets. I'm reaching out tonight because if I could just reach one, just one, I want to talk to you tonight about your prophetic formation. Prophetic formation. One thing that you're going to find out that's extremely true is the fact that your formation and is not in your gifting. Your formation is not in your gifting. Your formation is not in your activation. Your formation is not being able to publicly prophesy. Your formation is not in your preaching. Your formation is not in being able to raise offerings. Your formation is not traveling up and down the road, preaching all over the place. That is not your formation. In order to understand your formation as a prophet, you have to understand your formation as a being. You have to understand your formation as a being. And believe it or not, the majority of Christians do not understand their formation in their being. They don't have a clue. Majority of Christians, what they do is they get saved. He stands at the door and knocks. You enter in, and that's where you stay. Whatever movement you're a part of, you deal with the tenets of that movement, and you become an expert at that movement, and you think that that sort of movement inside of that movement is part of your formation. We matriculate through the offices, deacon, minister, elder, bishop, pastor, superintendent, but we don't really understand our initial formation in God. I want to say something tonight. And the fact of the matter is that you were known before you were born. You were known before you were born into this world. You were known before you came into this world. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. That's in the book of Jeremiah. God is confirming that he knew Jeremiah before he came into the womb. And on top of that, that is where he was called to be a prophet. Let's go look at that scripture in earnest. I'm going to go back to that real quick because we got to cover that tonight. 4 says, Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest out of the womb, or forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations. Now, so what you see within this particular scripture, it's a whole lot going on. He's letting Jeremiah know that he knew him. Where are you going to be known by God? You're going to be known inside of his mind. Inside of his mind. So it's easily to say that if he knew Jeremiah, he knew you, prophet, in his mind. And before you came into your mother's womb, he sanctified you. Now watch this. He sanctified you and he ordained you to be a prophet to the nations. I want you to get that part, the nations. But he sanctified you. Out of the mind of God is a holy place. So your formation or your original formation came first in a holy place. It didn't come after you came through your mother's womb. But your formation, your original formation came forth in the mind of God. That is your starting point. You can't really get up around that. That is your starting point, prophet. And notice this. It didn't have anything with what you knew how to do. It didn't have anything to do with your effort. It had to do with the designation of who he wanted you to be. Right then and there, he's telling you what he called. He's giving you, it's not even a directive, but he's letting you know who you are, is what I call in my writings a scroll. A scroll is your divine blueprint. Your divine blueprint talks about who you are and what you are going to do uh, as a being. That is your scroll. So that's your original designation. That's something that you really just can't come to grips with and just run off and declare yourself a prophet. That's something that you're going to have to sit with and come to the realization of in in quietness and in stillness. You got to get somewhere and be still so the Spirit of the Lord can reveal to you your formation. What did he call you to do? Because if you really can't grasp this, it's going to be very hard for you to grasp the other parts of your formation after you come out of the mother's womb. And coming out of the mother's womb is extremely deep too, because that means that he's sending you into, from eternity into time. He's sending you from eternity into time. That's a very extremely violent happening. You're coming from one dimension, you're going into another dimension. And then on top of that, he's decided where he's going to plant you inside of time. Where he's going to plant you inside of time. We're going to have to spend a lot of time understanding and letting him reveal to us our formation, because that's the beginning of all things. That means that you were thought of in eternity, that you were known in eternity. That alone deserves your attention. There's no need of really going any further until you come to terms with that. And on that note, I'm shutting down. This is X Sebastian Gamble. Thank you.